Hey guys, Ken Kaplan here from the New England Motorcycle Museum. I'm all geared up and really anxious to take this for another ride. I'm about to tell you a story about a lifelong love affair between a man and his motorcycle, and also about my love at first experience with this bike myself. Lawrence bought this bike brand new from my good friend Kurt McCann at Midtown Kawasaki many moons ago in 1978 when he was a young man, 41 years ago. From the moment he got this bike, it was impeccably maintained. Okay, I own the New England Motorcycle Museum. I'm also a judge for the Antique Motorcycle Club of America, and I've bought and sold thousands of vintage motorcycles, over 2,000 in the last 5 years alone. And I've been doing this for 40 years, so I know what I'm talking about. This here is the most documented motorcycle I've ever purchased. I have a complete service history of every oil change ever done on it, all the accessories and modifications that were done to it. And in its current configuration, it's set up as a bagger. By that, I mean the trunk module on the back here has been removed, and it's kind of like set up like a modern bagger would be, or Road King. We do have the trunk pack, which is in perfect shape, but this thing's set up for the open road. Lawrence, his wife, didn't like riding on the back, so he very rarely ever, matter of fact, she never rode on it, so he actually took the passenger floorboards off and put these custom covers on here. I have the floorboards that come with it. I have all a ton of accessories and parts that come along with this bike. But I want to tell you one thing about this bike. This bike won first place at the Vintage Japanese Motorcycle Club last year in a show. So this is a show bike. It's an award-winning motorcycle. It's a liquid-cooled 4-cylinder, shaft-driven, 1,200cc motorcycle. I've ridden a lot of new bikes. I've ridden a lot of brand new $50,000 Harley Davidsons. When I say it was love at first ride, I'll tell you why. Smooth, fast. It's got a custom Cobra exhaust on it. It has a great exhaust rumble. The fairing, this is the 4th rendition of the fairing. And in the notes that you'll get with the motorcycle, you'll see that he tried 4 different heights on the fairing until he got this one just perfectly. I believe it's a 14.5-inch fairing. I'm not sure. This is a custom cut fairing. There's a lot of custom features on this bike. There's thousands of dollars of chrome. The front fork lowers are chromed. The crash bars are chromed. I have a $600 receipt just for re-chroming the Cobra exhaust with this triple chrome plated show chroming. So there's also hundreds of dollars of receipts for custom paint work that was done on the bike. The tops of the bags were repainted. These covers here were normally black. Those are painted. This bike came with a console on here, kind of a fugly looking console on the tank. Lawrence removed that. That was just the console for the speed control module, which he moved to the handlebar here. So it looks much cleaner. He had this section repainted, but the rest of the paint on the bike is original, and it's in stunning condition. This bike's never been dropped. It's never been abused. It's never been parked and not ridden. This bike's been ridden the entire 41 years, right up to this year, and I have documentation that I can show you. That's awesome. This seat right here, $666, custom made, overstuffed seat, one of the most comfortable seats I've ever ridden. The suspension, 3 or 4 revisions of the front fork until those were perfect. Progressive springs with heavy-duty fork oil, progressive air shocks on the back. It's got brand new Metzler tires, front and rear. The brake system on this motorcycle is brand new. The entire brake system. What do I mean by that? Master cylinder, brand new and all rebuilt. Brand new braided stainless lines in the front. Brand new caliper rebuild kit. Brand new calipers. Caliper rebuild kit and brand new rotors. Brand new pads. Everything's new on the brake system, front and rear. All the hydraulic components were replaced on this bike in 2016. Everything's new, including the hydraulic master cylinder. The carburetors are tuned to perfection. I've got over $5,000 of receipts of work that was done on the bike in the last, let's say, 4,000 miles on it. It's got fresh oil in it. The oil's just been changed, and it runs perfectly. This bike needs nothing. This is a bike I would hop on and ride to Sturgis tomorrow, ride this to Americade tomorrow, and we're not going to give it away. If it doesn't sell, I'm going to ride this bike myself to Americade. It's just a beautiful machine. It's got some high-end LED running lights. All of the lights on this bike have been upgraded to brand new spec. It's got an LED headlight, which is super bright. It's got these big, bright running lights on the crash bars here. And all the lights in the back of this motorcycle, check it out, are all LED lights, and they're all custom. Take a peek at this. It's pretty cool. The see, is the brake light on? Yep, it's got the LED brake light. It's got LED running lights. This is an option right here that didn't come on this bike this year. They only made this in the previous year, so he ordered this kit here to make the light extend all the way across the back. This chrome piece right here, the LED lights, all the lights in the bike are all LED. They're all upgraded, and everything works beautifully on the bike. So it's just a beautiful machine. Fires right up, idles beautifully. Also, he upgraded the horns to this super loud FM horns. It's got the antenna, has the factory Kawasaki Clarion. The gauges are in beautiful condition, but the brake lights are awesome on this thing. It's got, go around the back here. Just something about this bike, the way it sits up nice and high with the big tires on it, and the way it runs and the way it rides. It was a lifelong love affair for him and for me. I told him when I got off the bike, it was love at first ride. I said, Lawrence, you did an awesome job on this bike, setting it up. It's just fantastic. So as far as the Provenance goes, again, this is the most fully documented motorcycle we've ever purchased. There may be one that matched it, but I've never bought a bike with more documentation than this. Come on, I'll show you. Check this out. Not only do I have the original title from when he purchased the motorcycle in 1988, I've got the original Voyager 12 motorcycle owner's manual, the actual June of 1988 title, the audio system operator's manual, the motorcycle service manual supplement, the motorcycle service manual, the full factory manual, and then a stack of receipts for everything he's done to the bike. There's thousands of dollars of receipts here. And then the piece that really sealed the deal for me was, check this out, full documentation from when the day he bought the bike, April 30th of 1988. He bought the bike with 48 miles on it, and had fresh Spectro 2850 natural oil in it. And he shows he changed the oil at 318 miles and the filter, adjusted the suspension, and then he changed the oil at 637 miles, and he changed it at 922 miles. The oil was changed, had 4 fresh oils for the brand new oil, and then it was changed at 318, then 600, then 922 miles. So in the first 1,000 miles, the oil was changed 4 times. Now that's a guy who loves his motorcycle. At 1,000 miles, he said the front disc pads show uneven wear, so he put 4 new pads in it. So the guy completely over-maintained this bike from the day it was brand new. He installed 86 Ninja 1000 mirrors on it, Kawasaki part number, and the rubber damper, so it has a much sportier mirror set on it. He did that when it had 1,600 miles on it. And just on down the line here, all the upgrades that he had done to it, everything's fully documented in here. All the oil changes. The oil change was changed way more than was necessary, and it documents everything he did to the motorcycle over the years. Here at this point,
this is all included in the sale. You'll get all the receipts.
Look at this.
They complete.
It just goes on and on and on. Every single time he worked on the bike and everything he did to it, all the upgrades, the cooling system overhaul, the carburetor. He's rebuilt the carburetors completely on the motorcycle, not once but twice. And it's jetted perfectly for the Cobra pipes that are on there. New solenoids, re-chrome the mufflers, shows this being done right here in 2007, $600. Brand new Kawasaki grips. Whoever buys this bike is going to have a complete documentation history of everything that was done on the bike. And I had added it up. There was close to $5,000 put in the bike in the last 3,000 miles. So brand new brake system, carbs rebuilt, new battery, re-chrome the pipes, some paint work. And this bike got first place at the Vintage Japanese Motorcycle Club Rally. So I think the bike speaks for itself, the way it handles and rides. This is definitely, I call this another Kaplan America approved bike because it's a fantastic bike I'd sell to a friend or family member, or I'd ride it cross country myself. So I'm going to take it for a little road ride, and then we're going to go down to the detail shop. I've got all the parts that came along with the bike. He's got 3 oil filters that come with it, and a ton of spares, and an extra new windshield, new windshield, and a bunch of parts that are worth thousands of dollars. So that's all included with the motorcycle.
If you're going the ride, come up here and come get me.
Okay, you want me to come get you, and then we'll take a spin down there? Okay, that's what we'll do. One of the other things I wanted to point out, he put a voltage meter on here, an electronic voltage meter. He's got the switch for the running lights here, which is awesome. They're really bright. And the running lights work when the high beam's on too. Kenny, can you confirm the GoPro's working? All set. I'm gonna take it for a little spin and I'll be back. Is there a plate on it? No? It's a 1200cc bike, but it feels light and nimble and well balanced, unlike some other big touring bikes I've been on. And I really love what he did with the windshield there. The mirrors, it's got the ninja mirrors on there, the way the dash is cleaned up. I like the look of the bagger style with the rear of the tour pack removed. Stop down here and show you the accessories that come with the bike also. What a beautiful running bike. Before we take off, I'll quickly go over the accessories that are included. Wow, nice XR 1200, brother. I want to take that for a spin too.
Very fast.
Is it? Yeah. There's our Honda 100. This is a detail shop. You guys don't get to see this too often. There's one of our creations, the CR 500. That's been done up by Doc. And there's an MR 250 we're going through in my collection of toolboxes. This is the eBay room down here. What's going on, brother? We're filming right now. I wanted to show the guys the parts that come with that Voyager. So check this out. This is the original stock exhaust, which good luck finding a 41-year-old Japanese exhaust that is this nice. The plating looks like new on it. It's in beautiful shape, and it comes with a brand new 2-rail, still in the factory package, Saddlebag Protector Kit. It's got the some new trim pieces right here, and a box full of parts that comes with it, spares and extras and chrome covers and all kinds of stuff. The original horns, everything that comes with it. These are the passenger floorboards. If you want to put those back on, you get an additional screen. You've got the Kawasaki Clarion speaker kit. These are the original unpainted factory black panels. This is the cruise control, which is now wired to the handlebar instead of on the tank, so it's easier to use. A couple chrome covers, EBC rotor, the original fork springs. You've got several oil filters here, and check this out. I thought this was really cool. He said he never even used these. This is a full set of Voyager luggage. These are the actual Voyager factory inserts that go inside of the saddlebags and in the tour pack. Never been used, brand new. And where are you going to find that? Also has some brand new Voyager. If you ever lose the original badges, it's got Voyager badges. It's got a bunch of extra parts here, used good takeoffs and some new parts. So all that's included with the motorcycle. We can box all this up in that black box there and ship it to you, or you can pick it up yourself. But the original stock exhaust is intact. So there you have it. Thanks, buddy. Did you order that CR 500 graphic for the CR, the Honda? Awesome, thank you. Just a couple stickers, and that 84 CR will be totally restored. Looking good, boys, looking good.
Thank you.
Man, I can't wait to ride that CR 500. Yes, I do have the best job in the world to play with all these toys. Look at the lights on that thing. I can barely stare at it in the daytime. That's an LED light. And the running lights are awesome. One of the things I really liked about this bike is how bright the lights are at night. There's a bunch of things I really like about this bike. I guess I'll start with the fact that, one, it's a liquid. Look at Doc's blinded by the light in the daytime. It's a liquid cooled inline 4 with a dual 4-in-2 Cobra exhaust. So it's got a nice rumble and it hauls ass. Beautiful, beautiful bike. Runs like brand new. And they should. The carbs have been rebuilt twice and tuned to run perfectly with the custom exhaust. Metzler tires are the best you can buy. Brakes are all brand new. She's tuned to perfection. built. All the hydraulics are brand new, and the suspension is major league improvement over their stock. I like the way the windshield, you can see over it, but it's tall enough to put the wind over your head. So I have no glasses on right now, and I'm getting no wind in my eyes, none. And the brakes are awesome. Plenty of power, 1200 cc's. Just a sweet riding bike. Clutch and transmission work perfectly. You'll be hard pressed to find a nicer Voyager than this one. I'll go out on a limb and say I believe this is probably the finest Voyager out there in the country today, still registered. I certainly have not seen a nicer one at any of the rallies, Daytona or wherever. Most of them were just, you know, owned by careless people who let them get rusty and crusty after 40 years. Not this guy. Lawrence said he's waxed this thing at least twice a year since it was new. It's got more wax on it than a candle. If you have any questions about the bike, I did ask Lawrence, and he said he'd be happy to talk to the next owner. If you have any questions about it, what a nice riding machine. The exhaust note is nice rumble, not too much, but just enough so you can hear it. Sweet sound of that inline four-cylinder. So Lawrence had the bike since he was a kid. You know, he was 30 years old when he bought it, and he had the same experience I had. Love it first ride. Took it for a ride, came back, told her I'll take it. And you know, over the years he slowly improved on it. All the LED lighting, improved the suspension, improved the brakes, improved the rated stainless brake lines all the way around, improved the tires, the brakes, the exhaust, painted the chrome, and she took first place at the BJMC show. Well, I could ride her all day long. It has a light that goes on when you put her in fifth gear. It's actually an overdrive gear. I could ride her all day, but I'm going to take her back. I told Chrissy this would be a perfect bike for the two of us. Very nice. So tomorrow I am heading to Maryland to a friend of mine's house. He's a vintage motocross collector. He's got a nice collection of somewhere in the area of 40 bikes. I'm buying about half of them. I think we agreed on 18 of them. Not sure exactly how many he has, but that's the most I can fit in my trailer. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to have an awesome show with some absolutely primo vintage motorcycles, Makos, Carabellas, Pentons, Suzuki's, on down the line. So a couple of Hondas. This particular engine, this liquid cool inline 4 carbureted machine, is really a smooth running shaft drive. Basically zero maintenance, just change the oil. Very, very, very nice bike. Whoever gets this baby's in for a nice season of fun riding. I take this thing to Florida tomorrow. No worries. Very comfortable. No vibration in the mirrors. Nice and smooth. Again, those are Ninja mirrors, so they're an upgrade A little sportier looking. The way he's got it set up with the tour pack removed really adds a lot to the look of the bike. I'll show you the tour pack when we get back, so please stay tuned. And do me a huge favor, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out with our YouTube ratings. The more subscribers we have. And hit the like button. Share the video if you like it. And stay tuned. We got some great bikes coming down the pipe. If you have any questions about this one, give us a call. 860-454-7024. Anytime Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Kenny Jr. and Cody will answer the phone and take care of you. Help you with your title paperwork and shipping the bike, whatever you need. The bike's been fully detailed by Lawrence twice a year, and we brought it into the detail shop and we got it here. Doc gave it his final wipe down and coat of wax. That's a beautiful machine. They're finally getting around to repaving the road here, so I'm excited about that. It's a very, very rough road, but you don't feel the bumps on this smooth riding machine. So that exhaust though, no backfiring on deceleration, no hiccups or anything. It just pulls like a freight train. The rear wheel will break loose on this thing if you get on it in second gear. It's got, I'm sure it's over 100 horsepower. Easily go 100 miles an hour all day long on the highway. Just a beautiful machine. Stay tuned. I'm going to bring her inside and show you the tour pack that comes along with it. You've seen all the other options and accessories and spare parts that come with the bike that are down in the detail shop. Can you grab the tour pack and bring it over here, please? Twin Fium horns. Can you two hold that on there so I can show them how it goes? He's got the tour pack here. If you want to have this mounted on the bike, we can do that, or you can we can ship it separately. But it really changes the look of the bike. Now, this was $666. I have the receipt. This is all new backrest. The wife's gonna love that. And it has a set of chrome running boards, floorboards for the passenger. This is a very expensive, high-end custom seat, overstuffed, super comfy. With the progressive shocks, you're not gonna find a better riding bike unless you spend $35,000 on a brand new one, and it's not gonna run or ride any better than this. Oh, you can take that off now. Kenny, is there anything you'd like to add? You've ridden the bike, you've ridden a lot of high performance machines over the years. What are your thoughts about it?
Sport bike-esque, you know, a lot of the times when you get a full dresser like this and it feels heavy and not very fun to ride, especially if you're 20 years old and you like going really fast. This one winds up quickly. Because
it's an inline four, that's why, and it has the pipes, it feels like a Ninja almost, right? It's a very similar motor than they put into like a Ninja 1200 or something.
It's the same motor that they put in the Ninja.
That's the same motor they put in the Ninjas, out what Mark said?
It's the same thing. It's
inline four.
Shaft driven, so it'll be more reliable touring, but I mean, other than that, you know, it's not an inline six.
Again, this is a show bike, folks. This is a bike that Larry regularly maintained. Is there anything else you'd like to add about it?
No.
It's been regularly maintained and customized for putting in shows, and it won first place. It's probably the finest one in the country. I'm an AMCA judge. I own the museum. I see a lot of bikes. I don't fall in love very often. Love at first ride. This was love at first ride. So buy with assurance. You won't find a nicer one. If you're a Kawasaki guy, you want this bike, or even if you're not a Kawasaki guy, she's just beautiful. So good luck bidding on her. Call us if you have any questions. God bless America.